do you prepare for Christmas? Have you put up decorations yet? Do you listen to Christmas music and make special desserts and cookies? Do you plan parties and celebrations? Do you send out Christmas cards and buy gifts for people? Preparation for Christmas Day is called Advent. Advent literally means arrival, or the coming of someone very important. Advent is when we prepare our hearts for the arrival or the coming of the Messiah. The arrival of the Messiah was prophesied about for thousands of years. The children of Israel were constantly preparing for and anticipating their Messiah. They recited and put their faith in the ancient prophecies like Isaiah and the prophet Micah. Isaiah said, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin will conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." And Micah prophesied, "But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall come forth to me the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from of old, from everlasting." When we have faith in the Messiah's arrival, it implies that we are taking some action in response. So, how do we prepare for his arrival? Let me give you a few ways here. First, learn about the story of Christ's birth. Read the accounts of his arrival, like in Bethlehem and Nazareth, from the Gospel of Matthew and Luke. Study the historical background surrounding the time in commentaries and writings. Think about the Bible characters that were involved and how the event impacted them. Characters like John the Baptist, who prepared the way for the Messiah's coming. People like Simeon and Anna, who prayed and fasted for his coming, and then prophesied over him when he arrived in the temple. Others like Herod, the shepherds, or my favorite, the sorcerers or the Magi, who studied the stars for a sign that a mighty king was about to be born and arrive on the scene. Read about the saga of Mary and Joseph, and how God's timing was perfect, and every prophecy was being fulfilled for the coming of the Messiah. Paul writes this in Galatians, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons." The second way to prepare for his arrival is watch presentations and movies and listen to music that share the message of his birth. Example, Experiencing the Christmas Story that we posted on our YouTube channel, and I'll put a link in the description below. Watch other movies and documentaries about Christmas that portray the goodness of his arrival. A third way to prepare for his arrival, read over the prophetic scriptures that predict the Messiah's coming and what God promised to do through his life and ministry. There are at least 351 prophecies that foretell the coming of Jesus the Messiah and what he would do, and I'll put a link in the description below. The very first prophecy in Genesis 3 says, "So the Lord God said to the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed, more than all cattle, and more than every beast of the field. And on your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." In Genesis 49, it says that the Messiah would come from the tribe of Judah. Jacob gathered his 12 sons together, and he began to prophesy concerning their future. He brought his fourth son, Judah, in, and told him that the scepter would never be taken out of the hand of Judah. Literally, that the Messiah would be born out of the tribe of Judah. The scriptures prophesied that the Messiah would come from the house of David. As we read, Isaiah prophesied that the Messiah would be born of a virgin. And we know Micah prophesied that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. Isaiah chapter 60 says that the Messiah would be visited and honored by wise men. Isaiah writes, "The Gentiles shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. All those from Sheba shall come, they shall bring gold and incense." A fourth way to prepare for his arrival: plan your schedule this time of year, if possible, around activities that focus on Jesus' birth and the story of Christmas. Participate in Sunday Advent services that will prepare you for Christmas. Read books and devotionals about the Christmas events. A fifth way to prepare for his arrival: create activities that represent the fulfillment of his promise. Put up a tree that represents new life. Put up lights that represent the light of the world. Put up a nativity scene that tells the story of the Christmas prophecies. And the last way to prepare for his arrival: give gifts, and when you do, give gifts that honor God and that help people reflect on the true meaning of Christmas. Give your gifts in the spirit of the wise men, or in the spirit of St. Nicholas, the Bishop of Myra, who gave gifts to the poor and the needy. Christmas is a time of giving because God gave the first gift of Christmas when John says, "God so loved the world that he gave his only Son." So prepare for his arrival this time of year, because God prepared the way for his Son, the Messiah, to come.